Avatar: The Last Airbender is a cartoon show on Nickelodeon. It finished its 3-season run already. And apparently, M. Night Shyamalan, along with, I forget the movie company, it doesn't matter, is making a live-action adaptation. Fortunately, he has both of the original creators on his staff and helping him write the script and film everything, which is a good sign, I would say. But considering how long it is, I'm surprised that they even think that it's feasible to get all of the detail and nuance into a trilogy set of movies. But Peter Jackson managed to do it with Lord of the Rings, so it's not undoable. In a lot of ways, the films of Lord of the Rings are actually better than some of the parts in the book, especially the Tom Bombadil thing, which is totally lame. But still, we're not talking Lord of the Rings here, we're talking Avatar. And in my humble opinion, of an almost 30-year-old male, is the single best animated television show I have ever seen. Period. Better than Batman. Better than even the original X-Men animated series. Batman probably comes in a fairly close second. This is really good stuff. If you haven't seen it yet, I suggest watching the entire thing. So everything's available on DVD. Feel free to rent it. I highly recommend it. You will enjoy it. Given that the show is that good, all M. Night has to do is not mess it up. And as long as he's not writing the entire, arc of the story, which has already been unfolded and doesn't change anything, you're not going to have the oh what a twist M. Night ending, so it doesn't matter. So hopefully he won't screw it up. There is a large amount of controversy going around. The nerd rage levels are very, very high, in that the casting of the live-action show seems to be whitewashed. That's the term. And that most of the main characters are being played by white, or mostly white, people. This potentially is a problem. Alright, I understand. Certainly, everyone needs to form their own opinion on this. Watch the show. I already recommended it earlier. Watch it. Take a look at all of the designs for all the characters, all the designs for the clothes, all the designs for the architecture, all of the themes, the mythos, everything. It's pretty clear right from the outset that everything in Avatar is heavily influenced by Asian culture and mythology. Everything. All of the different types of people, how they look, how they dress, all that stuff. Very, very Asian influenced. Fine. Is it a huge problem to cast some of the characters with white actors? Let's go through the list. First off, your 2 Water Tribe leads. Now, the Water Tribe, certainly influenced by Inuit Eskimo culture. Where they live, how they live, all that good stuff. But take a look at the 2 leads. Here's Katara. I'll use pictures of Katara. Somewhat, dark shaded skin, brownish, right? Brown hair, and striking blue eyes. The blue eyes is a thing. Water Tribe, right? Of course they have blue eyes. I don't think very many Inuit Eskimos have blue eyes. It's just one of those things that's not prevalent in the gene pool. Being part Native American myself, I can tell you, brown hair and brown eyes that's basically all you're going to get. So here we have a race of people based on Eskimos, but still not Eskimos. Of blue eyes, and I think their father has like gray or gray-blue eyes. You're not going to find that in any, on that combination on any race on this planet. So this is like a new fictional race to begin with. Now, why they would cast these 2 leads with white actors, is it racism? Convenience? I don't know. We've got Nicola Peltz playing Katara. Definitely has the eye thing going. I think hers are actually green, though, not blue. Are they going to make her wear contacts? Are they going to do CG? I don't know. Jackson Rathbone, you might recognize him from Twilight. He was one of the vampire kids, as Sokka. Not that thrilled about that. Anyway, I think most of the nerd rage that has come across the internets is largely due to the initial casting of Zuko, Prince of the Exiled, Prince of the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation, out of all the races, seemed to be the most Chinese. Originally, they had Zuko cast with Jesse McCartney. Yeah, I know. Apparently, the only reason why he's still not playing it is because of scheduling conflict. Whatever. Anyway, I'm happy that they changed it to Dev Patel, who I believe is Indian, and adept at Taekwondo, apparently, which is good. Alright, I think I'm sold. I guess M. Night decided to make the Fire Nation brown instead of Chinese. Anyway, they've got some other casting. Sean Tube, he's actually a Persian Jew. He's born in Tehran in Iran. They've got him as Uncle Iroh. Asif Manvi, they've got him as Commander Zhao. And Cliff Curtis, I can't think of any movies that he's been in off the top of my head, but you'll recognize him, right? They have him as Fire Lord Ozai. Okay, fine. The Fire Nation's brown. That's certainly taking some liberties with the original design of the characters in the animated series. But at least they're being consistent, and at least they're not totally white. So that's a notable change, but I don't really have too much of a problem with it. Early on in the series, we're introduced to a character, Suki. She's a warrior on the island of Kyoshi, which, in the fiction, is analogous, or the most analogous, to Japan. They've got a relatively new actress, Jessica Jade Andre, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, to play Suki. She looks mixed. She might simply be Hungarian like me. I'm not sure. But, okay, at least she's not just straight up white, playing a supposedly Japanese or close to Japanese role. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. So, should there still be nerd rage over this? I don't know. You tell me. I'm up in the air about it. I think the only ones that, oh yes, and of course, Aang himself, the hero, right? Out of the original animated characters, Aang potentially the most white out of all of them. Here's, picture. Just for a comparison between the two, here's Katara and Aang together. Spoiler alert, yeah, sorry. Hopefully I'm not ruining anything for you. You can see the difference in skin tone. They got, a white kid from Texas named Noah to play Aang. Apparently, he's been studying martial arts since he was 6. He's 12 now. He's been studying martial arts since he was 6, and he shaved his head voluntarily because his head got hot while he was practicing martial arts. And his friends teased him and called him Aang as a joke. And then he got the role. Alright, I'm sold. So basically, I think it's up to Nicola and Jackson to really sell their characters, to actually appeal to the audience for all this hullabaloo race rage to calm down. We'll see how they do it. But if anyone really is still upset about the casting of the movie, feel free to put your comments down below. I'm kind of up in the air about it. Race, besides that, I'm actually personally more miffed about, of all things, Zuko's hair. Here's a picture from the show. Here's from the movie. Different, you're like, yeah, it's different. The top knot is worn by members of the Fire Nation. Actually, I'm not sure if everybody in the Fire Nation does it or just high-ranking members in the military or the royal family. Whatever. It's a samurai thing, basically, that top knot. Not only that, it serves a symbolic purpose for Zuko's character. How his hair changes as the series goes along is a symbol for what's going on internally. To miss that type of imagery in the live action, I think is missing a subtle but important point. And I wouldn't think that I would ever be kind of upset about a character's hair, but I'm a little miffed about this. We'll see how it plays out in the movie, though.